It must be all of our fans screaming to see us because the three AmiBros are back +1.
You're so goddamn annoying.
No.
Hey.
No.
Maybe
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me retry.
Okay.
Hey guys, what's 3 + 1?
4.
Eric, what's 3 + 1?
Shut up, Alex.
Eric, what's 3 + 1?
It's 4.
That's right, because in the building we have our first guest on the podcast, Eric. Hello, welcome to the podcast, my guy.
What's up, Alex?
You are the fourth AmiBro at this point.
Glad to be here.
Actually Hispanic, so you fit the culture.
Exactly. Yeah. Adding a little spice to the section, right?
That's actually why we brought you on here. We needed an authenticity to the name.
Wow. That was a hard word for you.
I thought this was maybe like a Rooney Rule.
Well, Eric,
Alex,
welcome.
You should not be coaching people on how to speak or hard words.
I don't want to hear it. I don't hear it. At least I could say the words today. Eric, why don't you just introduce yourself to the fans?
Hi, my name's Eric, 27. I enjoy long walks on the beach. What do you want me to say?
Not just like who you rep as a sports team. We see your D-backs hat.
Tell us your fandom, how you know us.
Oh my god!
And just remember, Alex just butchered that intro so bad that by now nobody's listening.
Nope.
So you're good.
Hey, last intro.
I know I
it's
wouldn't
okay.
be.
Last intro, Chris tried to show us his junk, so it was a whole big thing.
I bet your eyes were glued to the screen, weren't they? Oh man, yeah, big Cardinals fan. Know you guys. I know Chris. Worked with you at Which. One of my first jobs. That was a good time.
It was a great place.
Slinging subs and selling dope. Justin and Alex, I just went to school with you guys, and it was weird. We actually didn't really get close until once we actually graduated. It seemed that we kind of started, getting real close and hanging out quite often. Pretty sure that I think that the broken ACL might be from playing basketball with me, actually, right, Alex? That 3 or 4 times I crossed you over or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
Eric, you were always better at basketball than me. We get it.
No.
I mean,
honestly, we could have went to the playground nearby and we could have picked up a kid that would have been better at basketball than you.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. Eric was always good at sports. Like every sport we would play, we always play all sports. Like Eric was definitely probably like in basketball, obviously he was like the best. Football, he was always good. Like I think that was something that's fun. Alex, you're not talking. It's all good, bro.
No,
Eric is also being too modest because he is the only one of us who has played a sport at a collegiate level.
He is.
I mean, I would call it's like a halfway house of sports because it was NAIA, so I didn't really exactly like it's small schools and stuff like that. But
hey,
that's farther than any of us made. Me and Alex barely got through associate's degree.
Hey, we got through, baby.
That means less student loan debt. That's all that means.
Hey, yeah, Chris got a film degree right now. So who's laughing now?
I have a job using that degree, and I don't have any student debt.
All right, so let's talk. Let's start talking about. Let's start talking about degrees.
What are you doing in Tennessee again? By the way,
listen. We're talking about football. This is what people come to listen. Okay, people come to listen because we talk about football, and I think it's only right that we start talking about some collegiate football because that's where, and not the NIAA, the actual CBS, CFB, college football. And we're going to talk about the SEC and some big games happening this week.
Can I pause you right there real quick? First,
it's gonna be a long day.
You skip baseball. You skip baseball.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I got this.
You skipped BASEBALL.
CBS. Are you talking about the show?
No, I was trying to say CFB, bro. College football. Okay, Eric, you said that you played college baseball. Well, there was a big, I guess you would say the biggest games of the year, the World Series. What was your take on that? You're probably the resident baseball expert in this chat right now.
I mean, as far as baseball, I think it was pretty clear cut. The Phillies were a good team, but I mean, the Astros plugged along all year just with a good bullpen, good starting pitching. And at the end of the day, like as potent as that Phillies offense is, Bryce Harper wasn't Bryce Harper. He was already kind of banged up, and I think that that home run barrage was. I mean, when baseball is so analytical now that like you start realizing what teams are hitting, what they're hitting well, then the next game they're already prepared for it. It's annoying, but I mean, pitching wins, so that's really all it takes.
Damn. And they have
That's really true that you said that. And I don't think about it from like an analytical standpoint. Like you literally, okay, this is the pitch count that they do the most of and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
And then, oh, they hit these. So we're going to throw these to him instead. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of shit to have to remember.
Yeah. And I mean, it's obviously it's half analytics and then half is execution. But I mean, these guys, it's amazing. These guys, you know, just draft and sign guys that can just pinpoint accurate with speed and they have wipe out sliders, wipe out breaking balls, and guys can't hit that stuff if you put it in the right spot. And I mean, Philly was super streaky all year, so I guess it was, I mean, at some point gonna fall off the wagon a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you have a dog in that fight?
No, I didn't. I hate the Astros.
Me
I hate the
too.
Astros. I hate Bryce Harper.
Boo.
I can't stand him. But I mean,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
cool to see Dusty. It was cool to see Dusty get a World Series, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
didn't like
just-
either.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you. I mean, Justin, we understand you're the only one that was correct. Astros in 6, we get it.
Wait, say that one more time.
Yeah, Justin, you were the only one that was correct. Astros in 6, we get
Always.
it. Okay, not always, not always.
Oh,
Um,
95% of the time.
I have a quick question about baseball. So these kids are getting signed so young to these MLB teams, right? Going into the farm system. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think kids have always gotten signed pretty young. I mean, it sucks. Baseball is, you know, you have all these minor league levels that they just basically, if it has a pulse and has like some sort of talent, they're going to sign them. And then whatever pans out, you know, it's literally like mining for gold. Like whatever if you can find something, then it ends up working out for you and you end up having something to build around, but you don't hit very often. So you have to get every little player you possibly can to see what works out.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, I
guess
saw something too, like on the Astros, like they signed a lot of people internationally. And it was like
Mhm.
dirt cheap. Like some guys for like $10,000, $20,000. Like it was this.
Well,
who
think
paid
about
that?
Christian Javier, the guy that had that no through 5 is nobody knew about him. I'm pretty sure they signed him internationally, if I'm not wrong. But I mean, dude came up and just absolutely shoved for 5 innings. You know, shut that Phillies lineup down after that home run barrage they put on the night before. So I mean, it's crazy. You really don't know what you have until. I mean, you've seen plenty of guys that they do fine in college and in football. Like since football is, you know, our main thing here, you know, they do fine in college. The second they get to the pros, it's not the same game. So it's just seeing what works out.
it's just wild that they can sign him to that. But thank you for bringing up college. Chris, how do you feel about Michigan being number 4 or 3? Actually, 3. Sorry, 3.
Yeah, I was
above
gonna say, how did
TCU.
they not
My bad, above
go
TCU.
further than that? I mean, it's like I said last week, that shit is fun, but it doesn't matter until the very end. At the end of the day, they need to just focus on winning out, beating Ohio State, and getting another Big Ten title, and they'll be in. So they don't even need to worry about it. Focus on what's actually important.
Okay, so real quick, who are the new top 4?
Top
'Cause I
4
don't know that.
it goes Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU.
Ooh.
And every team is unbeaten now. So now
Right.
there's no like 1-loss teams anymore. It's just all, I think 9-0, 8-10-0 or something like that.
I don't see TCU hanging on though with the
Yeah, I don't know.
unbeaten record.
Well, who do they have
who's
play?
Yeah, who they
They
play
still
now?
got to play Baylor. They still got to
Mm.
play either Texas or Texas A&M. It's probably Texas.
Texas.
A&M is in SEC.
they
Well,
play
and then they
Texas
have
too, is
like
still
the
ranked.
Big 12
Yeah.
championship game. So I
They
don't
play
know. We'll
Texas
see.
next week. They play Texas next week on the 12th. So that'd be a good game. And then they play Baylor.
There was a lot of craziness about football this week, at least college football. Like LSU
Yo.
stomping on some Alabama. I always like to see Alabama lose not 1 but 2 games in a year. That's always really nice.
But like
Yeah.
by a total of 4 points all combined, that was wild. That like they've only lost 2 games by 4 points.
Tell me when in the Nick Saban era that Alabama's lost 2 games in a year.
It's even crazier.
Happened, but like not regular season.
It's even crazier when you consider all the hype that they've had around Bryce Young, and then he just hasn't really actually, you know, he's lost 2 games for a program
Yeah,
that's notorious for winning 9, like multiple games and not losing a single.
They claim that he's the best talented quarterback the program has ever had.
He gives me Justin Fields vibes.
Yeah, I see that too.
I mean, He's doing pretty okay in the
Then on
NFL.
top of that, Clemson showed that they were frauds in
Oh
the
my
ACC.
gosh, bro. They
getting
are
destroyed.
by
So-
a Notre Dame team that doesn't know how to play football half of the year.
Weren't they ranked number 4 last week?
They were
Yes,
fourth.
they were
now.
ranked
They
in front of
dropped
Michigan,
6
and I said that was the
spots.
only thing I didn't like. I don't care that Michigan wasn't in the top 4. I just didn't like Clemson being in front of them.
Yeah, that's boo boo. How do you feel about Jaden Daniels leaving ASU and going to make a mark in LSU with a big win?
He was such a bitch for leaving in the first place, but I mean, I
But,
think
like-
now that you see he's playing well, you realize that it wasn't necessarily his fault. That it was,
Yeah,
it was whatever's going on at ASU is just falling apart. So I don't
'Cause
know.
I didn't even know because like to all my I didn't follow too well, but like he was there for like the preseason, like all that stuff, right? And then he like
Yep.
just randomly transferred.
Yeah, well, he had committed, was going to stay, and then I think right before the offseason was getting ready to roll around, he entered the transfer portal and then went to LSU.
Oh,
So, I mean,
well, they're 6 now, so good for
Yeah.
them. They jumped a
Yeah.
lot.
I didn't even think about that. As soon as you said that, I was just looking at it. Dude, he's leading both LSU in rushing and passing yards. He's only thrown 1 interception all season.
Yeah, he has
Isn't that
15
crazy?
over 1,500.
yeah.
And at
Passing yards
ASU, he
over-
wasn't doing anything.
No, he
Yeah,
wasn't
that
doing
just
anything,
shows
but
He was throwing picks left and right at ASU.
yeah, he was. But they were putting, I think, a lot on him. And there really wasn't as much. I mean, ASU is not pulling the same amount of talent that LSU is.
No.
So,
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, especially like offensive line, it seemed like every time he dropped back at ASU, he was getting absolutely destroyed. So,
Oh yeah, it was rough. So this is the question: is this the year Pac-12 makes the championships? Oregon 6. I know they have to go through. They have to go through Washington 24 and Utah 6 at 13.
Well, and they also have USC and UCLA.
Yeah, they'd have to play them in but they would win. So they'd have to just meet them in the Pac-12 championship.
No, Oregon doesn't make it.
no, Pac-12's too cannibalistic for anything like that to actually work out. And honestly, I could see LSU moving up and sneaking in if TCU falls apart a little bit.
Don't forget about Tennessee.
When
Yeah,
it's all
that's
said and done, I wouldn't like if the Michigan Ohio State game is close and
Crossing your fingers for that.
it's still
Go
it's still
Harbaugh.
tight. No, I'm saying first of all, they kicked their ass last year. So if
Last
anything,
year, that's 1 year, Chris. Settle down, get off your high horse. You
if
think
it's
you're so
close this
good.
year, though, no matter what, I could see both of them getting in.
You would think they do that
They've done that before.
instead of 2 SEC teams. It's 2. What do you guys in the Big
Big
Ten?
Ten is
Big
Big Ten
Ten.
is so much more competitive than a Pac-12 or even
Whoa,
like a Big 12.
whoa,
Dude, tell me I'm wrong.
Pac-12's ass.
You're not wrong.
Tell me I'm
is-
wrong, Alex.
So the thing is, Pac-12, I understand why they get no love because the ASU games start at 9:30 my time.
That's stupid.
You-
That stupid Pac-12 network thing that
After
they have
dark or
too. Nobody even
whatever.
sees it. Nobody
Yeah.
sees
Nobody
any of their
cares about
games.
it.
So it's like they're probably better than they actually are, but they don't get any recognition because like I'm not watching them.
If
Well,
Oregon
their
doesn't make it
style of
this year,
game is different too.
if Oregon doesn't make it this year, Pac-12's falling apart. Who knows if we have a Pac anything in the future with everybody leaving?
Yeah, because
This might be
where's,
the best chance they have. Yeah.
where's everyone going? Isn't who said that they were
UCLA and
leaving?
USC are going
Yeah.
to the Big Ten,
Which
That's
is
and they're
huge.
gonna regret it.
Yeah,
Are
that'd
they
be
going to
dumb
Big
for them.
10? I thought you
Yeah.
was somewhere else. I thought they're going
Big
somewhere else.
12.
No,
12.
you're thinking of Oklahoma. No, Oklahoma and Texas are leaving the Big 12 for the SEC, and
See.
UCLA and USC are leaving the Pac-12 for the Big 10.
So
The
like
Big
the
10?
Ohio
Yes,
State Conference.
they're going to regret that
and Michigan.
because the travel alone. Yes, think about it. The travel alone is going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Let
But-
alone the jump up in competition.
They're gonna be making more money though, so how much are they really gonna regret it? It's always money for them.
It's always money. Everybody goes after the money. Yeah, we don't know what happens with that. And Chris, hey, OH.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. You can't get on your high horse about Michigan winning so many games. One last year, hey, that's good. You still got to get through them this year, and they're
Oh,
still
absolutely.
looking good.
So
I think that'll be a
and
good
It's
game.
going to be a
Like,
good
I could-
game.
I think easily you could see them both going to a
Who-
playoff.
But yeah, who makes? Would it be them playing each other in the championship game?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
No, they can't.
no, they pay 3 and 4.
They're both in the East.
Oh, they're both in
So
the East,
whoever
okay.
wins will go on and destroy whoever comes out
Michi-
of the West.
Wisconsin.
And then, yeah. No, not it's probably Minnesota this year, I think.
Okay. Is that usually what happens?
Ma, row the boat.
That's usually what happens. The
Hey,
East,
row the boat.
the East
Have you-
side is way more strong and competitive than the West side.
Because that's like where you
conference.
have Penn State and stuff like that too, right? So
Yep.
you have Penn State, you guys,
Mhm.
Michigan
Penn
State,
State, Michigan
Ohio
State, Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah.
Wow,
It's the
pretty
stronger
big.
side.
Yeah. So who do you think? So right now, who do you think makes it? Who's your? Let's go. We have 3 weeks left of the year. Yeah, 3 weeks. I think.
Everybody at Tennessee. Take TCU out. Because Tennessee wins out the rest of their games and TCU even loses one. Like Tennessee is a shoe-in. They beat bigger teams, more competitive teams. And yeah, they got their ass rocked by Georgia, but it's hard to beat Georgia at home.
So you think it's 2 SECs and 2 Big Tens?
Easy.
They get rid of everybody else, no one else?
Well, they're gonna skip Oregon and put Oregon in front of Tennessee. Why?
Well, if they win out,
competitive.
but if they win out 24-13,
But who does Tennessee
not-
start facing?
they have like Vanderbilt in South Carolina, something like that.
I mean, they also beat what was ranked number 1 at one time, right?
Yeah, they
Alabama?
beat
But
Alabama.
I think Tennessee can go to the SEC championship.
Yes, so they would have.
So if
it
they
would-
go there and get spanked by Georgia again, I don't
but
think
no,
they're getting put in.
I think it's no. I think Tennessee and Georgia are in the same division, and then Alabama would come out of the West.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I don't think they can.
Yeah,
make
you're
it
right.
because-
You're right. I think
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
I think that Alabama's already coming out of the West. Well, actually, I don't know now because LSU might be coming out of the West.
LSU is
Yeah, because
coming out
they
of the
just
West
won.
right now.
Georgia and Tennessee are in the East. LSU, Mississippi, and Alabama are in the West.
Yeah, do you think Alabama pulls together against Ole Miss? Only one part.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
they'll
they
probably
could
win that.
They could win out, but I don't think it'll be enough. I think this is
Yeah.
the first year you won't see an Alabama in the playoff.
Thank the Lord. Since what? 20? When did they change? 2016?
Oh my god, I don't fucking know.
2014?
Yeah.
Something like that?
They haven't been in it 1 year. But it'll be the first year since the playoff existed that Clemson or Bama won't be in it.
Wow. And Michigan might actually have a chance this year.
No, Georgia's for sure taking it again.
I hate
Again.
Georgia, dude.
We're way too good.
They're literally, and that little kid that plays quarterback for them, so fucking good.
A little kid? You called him a
He's-
kid?
He's like 5'10", bro.
Is he?
Yeah, he's short. He's like Drew Brees height. He's like short.
It's taller than us.
Okay, yeah, he's taller than me.
Whoa, not me.
Not taller than me.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, but
Chris.
he's-
You
but
guys
he's like-
speak for
he's like-
yourself.
But the thing is, he's like 5'10", and he's like balling out there.
Yeah, no, they're really good. I don't see anyone beating Georgia.
I don't see anyone being.
I'm just hoping for another Big Ten title this year. That's it.
And then you guys make it, and then Ohio
Sound
State
like a-
makes it. and then
Sounds like a
Tennessee makes
famished
it.
fan base right there.
Damn.
Yeah,
He's
it's just no, it's a manage your expectations. Why would I get
Manage
myself all hyped
expectations.
up when it's like, who the fuck is beating Georgia? They look better than they did last year.
They do.
Yeah.
Alex,
They-
Bennett
And no
is
Alabama to get in their way
5'11".
this year.
He's 5'10". Trust me.
He's
He's put in the system as 5'11", but he's probably like 5'10".
Oh, have you done that once or twice?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he's a pro wrestler and they're fudging his
Yeah, yeah,
numbers
yeah.
to make him
He's
seem
like-
bigger.
Yeah, he's like Happy Corbin. He's 6'3". He's not.
I am dead. Well, hey, as that wraps it up for college football. let's
Well, I
just
mean,
talk
hold
about the
on. We
big
can talk.
guys.
We can talk about ASU. Come on.
Why are we talking about
Eric's
ASU?
Well, 'cause,
I
you
haven't
know,
paid
Eric's-
any attention to
Eric's
them
in the
except
I
they got
haven't
their
either.
ass kicked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Their
they're-
ass. Their
Okay,
ass.
the only thing that we could talk about ASU is how do they not get better scouts? How do they not get better people? Like anything. Like,
Well,
dude,
they're
you're
in
in
like
a
a
Well,
whole shambles now.
Yeah,
dude.
that whole investigation is gonna
Yeah.
just until they actually hand down whatever, if they haven't already. I don't actually, like I said, I don't really pay
I
too much
don't know.
attention. There's sanctions that are gonna be put on them. Once they're put on them, they'll probably be able to start getting people to come work for them again. But until then, they're not gonna get
What
any.
they're
what's
probably
that
gonna.
scandal?
They recruited kids during COVID.
Yeah,
They brought them to.
Yeah, they
brought 'em
broke
to,
like
the-
some policies
Yeah,
back during that.
pretty bad.
With
which
bringing
is
Arizona.
stupid because everybody did.
yeah,
but-
Everybody
Yeah, they
did.
just got
It's just
caught.
they were the only ones who got caught.
Yeah. And then
that's
so they're
it.
probably gonna get what, a 3-year bowl penalty, probably
Something like that.
some fines.
We'll see what ends up
I'd be
happening.
shocked if it was 3. I bet you it's like 1 or 2. I don't
They
know.
were like, well, they were making it like it was gonna be pretty serious.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
just
they-
surprised because when Herm Edwards got hired there, I thought his NFL connections would bring
Yeah.
more recruits there, and it didn't.
Yeah. And then everybody realized he's a senile old man and nobody wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the truth. Well, anything else on college football, boys?
No, I was trying to leave it.
I think
a
we
minute ago.
touched on everything.
Yeah, well, what we haven't touched on.
Do you hear that?
Ooh.
Careful with that. Careful with that word.
Yeah,
right there, my
where's
friend.
this going?
Hey, Chris, do you hear that? I hear the bells ringing. I think it's time for Alex to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Alex knows how to tell time in order to go to work, considering he told me to be ready for this podcast an hour before I was actually supposed to.
I
So
forgot that you.
I don't
switched
have
time
faith in him showing up
zones.
to the steel mill on time.
Hey, I've never been late to work a day in my life.
That's a lie. I
That's
worked
a
with
lie.
you.
I worked
That's
with
a
you too.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Maybe once or twice every job. But
John Frobaum is getting ready to come over and just beat your ass.
John Frobaum. Oh man, well yeah. The boys are clocking in, and what do we got to say this week is we just watched a lot of Claypool, and for some reason he kind of looked like a receiver in Chicago, and don't know why. Don't know if Kenny Pickett and him just didn't have a connection, or if they just didn't know how to utilize a 6'3" Canadian. But makes no sense why he kind of looked like a receiver. Like I was watching, and like the first pass was to him, beautiful 30-yard pass interference, and I was like, where was this when you were playing for the Steelers? But yeah, we didn't do much. We kind of rested. Hopefully TJ Watt comes back in the next couple weeks.
I'll help.
But yeah, he got put in, I think 2 weeks ago on 21-day like trial period almost. So we'll see how that goes in the next week.
The road to 6 wins starts now, baby. Let's go.
Hey, the road the road to 9. Hey,
Oh,
there's
stop
Yeah,
it.
he needs to
there's-
break
hey,
even.
hold on. There's big moves coming in. I just got a report. Big moves coming in. The culture in the Steelers locker room is we're gonna win first. So there might be some big changes coming up into this week.
What do you mean
So
by that?
I don't know. That's what Tomlin said.
But I want you to tell me what you think you mean by that, because you can sit here and say Tomlin said this and Tomlin said that, but
Bro,
literally, what is going to change from a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
Were they not
Yeah,
trying to
this-
win before this?
No. They got black forces on. They literally they just didn't they took them off for a while, but they're gonna put them back on, and we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna do some things. Maybe we'll fire some people. Maybe we won't rock with a rookie quarterback, and we might win some games. But who knows? I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what's
That face,
happening.
Chris. That's what I'm thinking.
If the Steelers fan base reflects the team itself, then they probably still think there's time to tank for Trevor. So
No, my gosh, bro. I can't with you. No, we're tanking for the little guy at Georgia. That's who
Why
we're
you just
tanking.
got Kenny Pickett? You giving up on him?
No, we're not giving up on him. But if we're gonna tank for anybody, we'll tank for.
I
defense.
just listened to our one from last week, and you were all in on Kenny Pickett, and you're here telling
No,
me that
I'm
you
all
might
in on.
switch
I'm
him?
all in on Kenny. 2-glove Pickett. I'm a big fan. But the thing is, I just not a big fan of when you throw fourth quarter interceptions week after week to lose the game. Just not my favorite.
he's a young quarterback. You kind of got to bite the bullet. That's kind of the growing pains that you have with a young quarterback. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
are 2-6. You might as well let him play and see what happens.
I mean, there's no way that we don't. But like the thing that is rough is our offensive line can't block for anybody. Najee Harris looks like Chris running the ball out there. Our defense
Could be worse. It could look like you running the ball out there.
Hobbling with that one knee.
our defense can only hold a line for so long, but when you're on the field double the times of your offense, it's hard to like even play defense.
I
So-
think having TJ Watt will make a huge difference for you guys. I think that's
Dude.
like a leader. That's everything. Like that's a huge person.
What's
upon your team.
even wild is how good our defense is Alex Highsmith was the sack leader for like 6 or 7 weeks in a row.
What happened?
I think Micah Parsons got him, right? No. Yeah, I think Micah Parsons got
I don't know.
But I mean, I don't know who
said it.
got him, but the fact that our defense didn't have our best pass rusher and we still had the sack leader tells you something about like what our defense can do. But who knows? We'll see we'll see how it's a good week coming up. We got I don't even know who we have this week. I was clocked out. We have the Saints, so hopefully Rocket Dalton can throw some interceptions,
Dude, he actually didn't look half bad yesterday.
Yeah, well, he still lost, but
He hasn't looked half bad this season, so it'll be
No.
interesting to see.
He had that game against the Cards where he threw like a bunch of interceptions, but I think it was his first game playing in a while. Like he's a good arm. He just kind of got screwed over and in a
He-
few different places.
He played at Cincinnati and he went 11-5 and made the playoffs a couple times, and I am not a big fan.
I don't know.
Listen,
Could be
that's one
worse.
thing.
Shittiest team in the NFL.
There's
but,
one thing
he
you got to
ain't
learn.
NFC.
Nope, third shittiest team in the NFL.
Oh,
There's one thing
third.
you got to learn about this podcast is the shittiest team in the NFL is the Browns. Am I correct, Chris?
You are correct, actually.
Yeah, the shittiest team in the NFL is the Browns. And then the second shittiest team in the NFL is the Ravens. So
I was say the Raiders, but okay.
the Ravens.
Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah.
The Ravens. But yeah, that's your boys clocking out. I think it's
All right.
time for Chris to get us with a little cowboy corner. I love to hear. I want to hear
Well,
the
boys.
vocals. I want to hear the vocals.
Get your boots out.
Oh,
Saddle up your horses.
I'm saddling.
The douchiest organization in the league is coming to town. It is the Cowboy Corner. Justin, let's hear your cocky attitude.
Well, I appreciate all of it because, again, out of everybody sitting here, these 4 people added another one. And I don't think all the wins that you guys have still compete with the wins that we have.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm almost
How many wins
positive.
you-
What,
how many
2
wins
wins,
you
2
have?
wins? How many wins you have, Eric?
Relax, guys. Okay, he's a Cowboys fan. They don't win a whole lot of anything, and when they finally do, they go to the playoffs and then just absolutely
Yeah.
just
Yeah, we'll lose the first
ruin
round.
their hope. Oh yeah,
Round
without a
1,
doubt.
we're done. Yeah, 100%. But hey, you know
Remind,
what? This is
remind
our
me
year.
real quick. Remind me real quick. You guys are in second place, right? You're not even in first place.
No, it's hard to beat the best team in football right now, man. That Eagle team looks so dirty. But you know what will be super exciting? Like, I think when we play them again towards the end of the season, it will be a better game, especially having Dak back. And I think that last one was in Philly. This next one will be at home. Normally we suck at home, but this year's been a little different, so it's kind of crazy. But anyways, we got an easy win this week. I think it's the Packers. If the Lions can beat the Packers, so can the Cowboys. So I'm not
Ooh,
feeling
be
too crazy
careful with
about
what
it.
you
Yeah,
put
be
out there.
careful, bro. Be careful.
Hey, last week I had all this optimism for you. I hope you.
I'm
return
not.
the favor.
No, trust me. I'm going to pick the Cowboys winning that game. I'm just saying, when
Yeah.
you make a statement like that, you're putting it out there to have that come back and
The
beat your
universe,
ass.
bro. The
But you know what?
universe.
And it absolutely could. But you know what? I feel confident that that Green Bay team is just not who they were. Aaron Rodgers is not who he was been or has been. So it's just a different team. Like when you compare like them to one another, we're in such a different
Apples to
place.
oranges.
Apples to oranges, right? But the Green Bay looks on the end of their winning thing, not looking at the team that they were. Cowboys are on the up and up this year. So I got a dub. But no, Chris, you said something about OBJ trying to make it to the Cowboys earlier. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, OBJ's been in the news recently with different teams being rumored as to where he's going, and more recently, it seems like the rumors are pointing towards Dallas.
Yeah.
How do you
kinda
feel?
maybe.
Another good receiver that Dak can't get the ball to. That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be great.
Great.
Amari
Now there's
Cooper
not 2 of them,
2.0.
there's 3 of them. Jesus Christ. Honestly, I think it'd still be like good. Like I think it would
I mean,
be
it's OBJ. Come on.
Yeah, like who wouldn't want him like on our team? Like, and plus, like he was a giant for so long that he literally wreaked havoc on us. I mean, that image of him catching that football on Brandon Carr still bleeds in my head every time I think about
Yeah, bro.
OBJ. So I would love to see him do that on somebody else on a Cowboys uniform. That'd be really nice. So yeah, if that happens, dude, I think that'd be a huge win. That would put us in a better position to beat the Eagles. I'd be in a better position to win the NFC East because our team is really good. Our defense is great. We just have we have weapons, but they're not high caliber weapons. Like if we had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup like we did last year, that's a better team stacked up. But with the year just having CD be your number one, like love CD, and I think he can be a number one. I just think he does need a supporting cast. And like OBJ is a vet, he's not a number one anymore. He'd be like solid number 2. And then you got people off of Gallup, so he can do his thing on the outside.
Yeah,
I
I was
love it.
gonna say, can you
Let's do it.
imagine? Can you imagine having a elite wide receiver like Amari Cooper, who's getting like tons of yards from a guy like Jacoby Brissett?
But can't get shit from Dak. I know.
Yeah,
He did
literally.
it.
I don't.
But here's the thing: if you look at Amari Cooper's track record, first 2 years with the Raiders, he did the same thing. He was so good. Then year 3, year 4, he started to fall off. That's why he got traded. Then he came to the Cowboys for 2 years, did really good. Then last year didn't do well. Now he's on the Brown. This is my prediction. He balls out for these next 2 years and then sucks dick again. And he'll get traded.
whoa.
That's why, like we were talking about Claypool earlier.
Is that what he did
Like, part
before
of
the
reason-
NFL?
Probably. The fact that like Claypool also is doing better, it's also like a mentality
Yeah.
shift. Like you get traded. Like you're not this like you are like, oh shit, I'm not as comfortable as I think I am.
and you're traded to a team that's probably has a better culture right now than the Steelers.
It could be to the rapport that he builds with the quarterbacks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe like the quarterbacks just lost faith in him, because it seemed like he would have like
Well,
a couple bad games and then he just wouldn't be himself. He kind of fall off after that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
I'm-
all. I'll wrap it up for the Cowboys corner. I
Yo,
got
Jay,
nothing else.
I'm excited for Christmas Eve. You guys played the Eagles on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, start my Christmas like that, huh? Thank you.
Yeah. Sounds
Hopefully it
fun.
goes well for you.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope I call you and you're crying.
So Chris, good win, but is the diner opening back up?
No.
Oh, the Kneecap Diner burnt down, gone forever. But let's go reminisce, take our time, figure out what we're gonna do this week after the Lions. What happened, Chris?
Well, actually a pretty positive week in Lions football history as we get probably Aaron Rodgers' worst game ever
Literally
in the NFL. So I'm pretty happy that happened against the Lions. 3 picks, one of which was from Aiden Hutchinson. So, I extra love that one.
That was nice.
But at the same time, it was an ugly game. It was so ugly. Both teams looked horrible. So I take that as more of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers being bad than it was the Lions looked good. And we'll get into this later, but like the Jets and Bills game, that was a huge upset, but the Jets looked good. They won that game because they looked good. Lions did not look good in this win.
Aaron Rodgers made your secondary look like the best secondary in the league.
After they just had their secondary coach fired.
Yeah. Which maybe was a turnaround for them.
Maybe.
That first interception that Rodgers threw was horrible. It was
all of them were horrible.
Well, it's like a tipped pass to like 2 Lions defenders, basically. It was weird.
All of them are on him.
Yeah.
And
anytime we talk about the Lions, this is so sad.
Yeah, you get
This
so
makes me
sad and somber, bro.
It hurts.
Well,
this isn't even a fun
I'm
episode.
sad.
Yeah, you just everybody wants to listen to this excitement, and you're over here like, oh, we won.
He's lost his
but not
passion.
great.
He's lost his passion for the Lions this year. This is why we're going through a rebuild.
I'm already doubting the coaching staff.
Hold on. We've already got rid of the Cowboys. Welcome back. Welcome back to, what would we call it?
Chris's countdown to a new team.
No, we called it something island.
It's a team island. I don't even know, but yeah.
Yeah, we're so Eric, just to update you, Chris is actually picking a new team that he can secondarily root for because he's never gonna not root for the Lions.
Yeah.
But so maybe if his days go bad, he can still have a little hope in there,
Well,
dude, stick with the Michigan guy. Go to Tampa.
Oh, but they're
of course.
He's
I
gonna be
always
gone in 2
follow
years.
him everywhere. But at most, I think he's got one more season after this. So this is more because he's wrapping his career up too. But obviously, I'll always ride Brady.
Yes, you will, Red Brady.
But since you're here, oh no, I know what I was saying. Since you're here, I might as well just say there's no way in hell I'm making the Cardinals my secondary team, so we can cross their ass off the list.
Goodbye.
I hate Kyler Murray.
They're my first team. I wouldn't have them
hate
either.
Cliff Kingsbury even more. I don't think he deserves that spot.
Well,
You've said that multiple times.
We have to say a farewell to the
believe
Eagles.
What?
Cardinals.
Oh, the Eagles.
Are you paying attention?
Cardinals.
Are you listening?
I am. I'm thinking
Listen
about
to us, Alex.
I'm sorry. It's late here. And we're saying goodbye to the Cards. So everybody in solidarity, just wave at the screen. Eric, wave.
Wave, Eric.
Wave,
It's not
Eric.
official
Cardinals-
until you wave.
Cardinals
Wave.
suck.
No, wave at the screen, Eric. Thank you. Oh my
Wait, are we
god.
doing 1 or 2? Are we doing 2 since we got a
on.
special guest? Who's the
Oh,
other
yeah,
team?
are we doing 2 this week?
Yeah,
Uh,
let's do 2.
Then we might as well just keep going with the theme of I'm never going to join any of you. So Alex, goodbye to the Steelers.
I was hoping that you'd come.
You really?
Ride.
He said that a
black
few
and
times
gold.
today.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, it's a shame. The Still Mill would have been a good place for you. We would have treated you well. It would have been hard work, and I understand that you may not be a fan of hard work. That's why you didn't pick us. So I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Hey, I get it. You might want to just
Yeah, God forbid he leaves 1-2-6 team and goes to another.
Well,
Another team that's
hey,
rebuilding.
Alex, don't worry. I'll still be a Kenny Pickett fan because no matter which team I pick, he's going to be throwing the ball to them.
nope. He'll be throwing the ball to black and gold, baby. Rest of his career. Never
Go join
he's not-
the Minnesota bandwagon.
Yeah. Oh no, we've
No,
already.
I
we've
hate
already-
Minnesota.
We already
yeah,
nixed it.
You'll get into. We'll get.
Although-
we'll get into Kirk Cousins. Don't worry.
I actually am
Thuggins.
nothing. I'm only going to be positive about him this week.
No way.
Oh, because you like
In
that
hopes
shit
that
that he did?
he just hits the fan and just decides to destroy himself here.
I think he
I
liked his
love
attitude.
I love the after the game he made the team chant what he said after that Washington
Oh, yeah.
game, where it was like, how do you like
you
that
like
on
that?
three?
You like that?
Yeah. And then I love the team playing video with him all iced out, and
That was pretty funny.
so as much as
Yeah.
I talk shit about him usually every single episode, I don't have anything bad to say about him this week.
Damn.
Watch him lose
Oh.
this week.
Well, they're
And
playing
then
the
I'll just
Bills,
roast
so-
him.
They're playing the Bills, so it's like.
I feel like
dude,
there's such a fake good team. It blows my mind.
Oh,
They have
my
not
gonna
played
get
God,
any
Thank
destroyed.
you. You say that too. We constantly call them the worst 7-1 team, the worst 6-1 team, 5-1
Dude,
team.
they're-
We don't
yeah.
understand how the fuck they're
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah,
They
well, they
just
have
keep-
had a really easy schedule. I mean, you look at it. They haven't played
about
any
to-
good teams. The one good team they played, they lost to.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
about
They
to
got
play another good
destroyed.
team.
Yeah,
Um,
and
And they're
we'll see what
about to play
happens.
some hard teams upcoming. So they
Yeah,
got
this will be the. This will be
they got the
test.
Bills, and then they got the Cowboys after that.
Oh, 2 good teams in a row. But before
Oh, I
we
mean,
check in,
We're using that word very loosely now, I guess.
oh damn, yeah, sorry. Before we check in with the rest of the NFL, I think it's only right that we all give a solidarity call to the bird's nest. All right, Eric, take us into the bird's nest and what happened this week with the Seahawks, because it was a bird bowl.
Yeah,
And
dude, they're-
unfortunately, you didn't win.
They're bad, man. They're bad. I honestly, going back to that whole Vikings thing, honestly, even back to the first time we played the Seahawks, I thought that Seahawks, Saints, Vikings, and then Seahawks again would be, looking at it to start the season would be a good time to really, hit the Jets and then start playing some good football. But they have been so bad, dude. They have been so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Kyler is overrated. I think Cliff is in over his head, and I'm ready to jump on the Sean Payton bandwagon. Bring him in. He's definitely not coming, but I mean, getting a legitimate NFL head coach who is not going to put up with Kyler's like antics, I think is the only way you salvage a team like this. I honestly said, you guys might not believe me, but before the season even started, I said they're winning 6 games this year.
Oh.
I did not believe that they were going to be any good. They were. I mean, you saw the way you guys probably, I know you all hate the Cardinals, but you saw the way they finished last year. Couldn't win a game to get in the playoffs, and then in the playoffs they look like garbage. So
Yeah.
they're gonna. I mean, I look at their schedule. They're gonna lose to the Rams. They're gonna lose to the Niners. They're gonna lose to the Chargers. Do they have a shot against the Patriots? Maybe. Russell Wilson is
I
self-imploding
thought the
every
same
week.
thing about the Lions.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's not even like they don't play anybody that's really easy the whole rest of the way through. They might not win another game all year, honestly.
Damn.
So-
Oh, damn.
Yeah, seriously, they play
okay.
Rams, Niners, Chargers, Patriots, Broncos, Bucks, Falcons, and Niners.
Oh, they'll beat the Broncos. Russell Wilson's horrible.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? It doesn't take much. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
So, okay, we're the only person that's come on that's been a Cardinals fan. You're the only like Cardinals fans that I really like know. So
Mhm.
like, tell me, why the fuck did you pay Kyler all that money? You don't like him already, it sounds like it. But like, why would you do that? Keep him on and have all this like drama. Like it seems like too much.
And what's
I
even
don't-
great is it's 282.5 million.
Yeah, I know. It's a massive freaking contract. And I think that I don't know. If you guys being an Arizona sports fan, there was part of me that was scared to see Kyler walk away. Because I know that he was gonna hold out or hold in, whatever the term is, that he wasn't gonna come play. He was gonna just wait until they gave him the contract, and that he's basically being a toddler, right? And being an Arizona sports fan, like you see you're scared. You know, we've seen guys go and be good for other teams and other organizations. You kind of had to pay the guy. From what you saw from Kyler the first 3 seasons, there was flashes of someone that could be great. There was just always question marks that kind of, the being able to read a defense, seeing over players, which is, we make fun of him for being short, but like, can he actually see over anybody?
Yeah.
Seriously, like, you see like an offensive line collapses around him and you just see him tuck the ball right away because he doesn't know where to go with it. He's trying to get out of the pocket to see the field again. I think we screwed ourselves by picking him in the first place.
That's actually very interesting and a great thought point. I think like we don't really like we think about that, but we don't ever speak on that. Like him being like that short and really over to see it and like not being able to read a defense because he really is just like he reminds me a little bit of I can't even think who, but Russ used to do this even in his younger days where he just would scramble out of the pocket and then some miracle would happen and he'd throw the ball just at Patty does this a lot. Patrick Mahomes, right? Yep. Like just kind of getting out, get lucky, finding someone open and making a play.
Yep. But you see a lot of Patrick Mahomes, like he'll hit his receivers in stride. He'll make the throws on schedule. I think the biggest issue with a guy like Kyler is that like every single Kyler like highlight reel you've ever seen, how many of those throws do you ever see him in the pocket?
Yeah, not very many.
Rarely.
If any. Yeah. If any. And that's, I think, the most frustrating thing is like, I would love to see Kyler stay in that pocket and deliver the ball on time to a receiver who can, make some moves. We have so many damn receivers on this team.
That's what I was to say. That you guys have a team too. Like, and Kyler's not doing anything with them.
No,
last year you guys look so good.
Well, we also started the season with a bunch of duds. Like there was guys we aside from Tennessee, we really, it was kind of like a walk in the park. I think the Buffalo game was like the first good test we had. And then after that, we kind of just fell off the wagon a little bit. We had that bye week. We came out feeling good. And then we got smacked in the face. I think until, I think the best thing that could happen for the Cardinals is that they move on from Cliff, which sucks. Cause never want to say that someone needs to get fired, but I mean, if they move on from him and give like a legitimate coach, with some background, someone that can handle a dual threat quarterback and use him properly, we're not going to be doing anything. All these damn throws behind the line make me want to grow gray hair, dude. It sucks.
That's where you're too nice of a person because Chris constantly yells that Cliff should be fired.
Oh, well, it's
come on, guys. He's making tens of millions. Him being fired is not the worst thing that could happen to him.
Yeah,
he's still gonna get paid.
His drug dealer mansion, bro. Like, what is he gonna do in there?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, now you bring it up, he is under contract for like the next 4 years. He could do nothing for the next 4 years, and he's getting money.
Yeah,
literally. So wait, you're telling me that you have Robbie Anderson? Well, Hollywood Brown's out, right? Rest of the year.
He actually got hurt the game before we got D-Hop back.
And then you get D-Hop, and you have James Conner
and Rondell
Moore, and your defense isn't half bad, and your offensive line isn't half bad, and you still are what, 2-6, 3-5?
We have some offensive line issues.
Their offensive line isn't that good.
No, our center before the season decided he maybe might want to retire, and so we've just been kind of trying to convince him, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing, is that they've been trying to convince him to come back and play, and he's been hurt, air quotations, for the past like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, and
that's wild.
I think when your offensive line is, collapsing, I'll give Kyler that. Like, the offensive line does not hold up for shit, but he is mobile. He is a dual threat quarterback. It's a game of checkers or chess, man. You run the ball, then the defense sits back and it gives you time. That we can't run the ball, we can't throw the ball, we don't really know what we're doing. We throw the ball behind the line and then get stuffed 5 yards behind the line. Kyler's always in shotgun. None of it makes sense.
Well, he's playing like he's playing like a college offense too, almost.
Yeah, he really is.
But that's what Cliff is. Cliff hasn't had an NFL experience. So you're saying if you can get a new guy in that will handle Kyler, that he would be a better player?
Yeah, well, you think about, I'm joking around about Sean Payton, but if you get a good NFL head coach, this roster, do you not think that he could do something with it?
Oh yeah, your defense is actually stacked. You have a dirty defense.
It's not bad. We were supposed to have some real issues at corner, but it seems like Byron Murphy's been playing pretty solid, and the other two guys on the other side. He had some really good games against really good receivers. What's his bucket from the Vikings?
Jefferson.
Jefferson didn't do anything against him. DK Metcalf really didn't do anything against Byron Murphy. You
And
know,
you always got Buddha. He's doing
Yeah.
his thing.
yeah. Well, Buddha just got hurt, so we'll see what happens. But we
Oh.
have two good safeties too in Thompson and Buddha. It's just the we let our defensive line go to shambles. We don't have Chandler Jones anymore, so
That's huge.
there's no names. I mean, even though he isn't doing shit for the Raiders either, honestly,
No,
it's
he's
still
not.
having another guy, there helps out quite a bit.
Yeah.
That one blows my mind. I thought he would do so great with the Raiders. but
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everyone
did.
thought the Raiders were going to do great, and then
Yeah.
here they are.
Well, if we
really
got
bad
nothing left
team.
on the bird's nest, let's just get into all this because there was some craziness, and Raiders obviously are on our list of people to talk about. But
Wild game.
well, there's so many games. I mean, I think we talk about the Eagles and the Texans first, just because it was that Thursday night game. We haven't had a moment to recap it.
How
Dude,
good
well, the
all
Eagles
could the
actually got
Texans
were-
have been?
The Texans
Come
are the best,
on.
worst team on the league. I think they are so close to a winning team. Like they just need a couple things.
It's another
Right.
Lions team.
No.
Yes.
No. Houston, no.
What do you
Houston,
mean, no?
if Deshaun Watson never did his thing, and
he
he
did
was still been in
multiple
Houston,
times.
okay. But if he didn't, that would be a different team. That team
Yeah.
would be a lot better than the
Yeah.
Lions would be. And Chris, are you wrong?
No, that's not wrong at all.
No, right? So like, if they had some better offensive weapons, and then they had a better quarterback, that would be actually a good team. The fact that they gave Eagles a run for their money, like the Eagles did not sit comfortable in that game till the very end. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a back and forth game till the third.
But
quarter.
like, besides quarterbacks at both places, what are they? Their defenses are okay.
Their
The Lions'
holding-
defense is okay. But I would even argue that the Lions' offense is way more powerful if they got a better quarterback in there.
Jared Goff hasn't done bad. He's been no slouch.
Yeah, he hasn't been slouch, but he's just been Jared Goff, where he makes
The main issue
mistakes.
with the offense, besides for Jared Goff's Goff moments, is some of the play calling I haven't been a fan of. So I think better play calling and a little bit better of a quarterback, and that offense is unstoppable once Jamison Williams debuts.
And yeah, now you have Jameson Williams and St. Brown, who you could arguably have two number ones, and then your Reynolds are doing pretty good. And then who's the other guy? Number 11?
That's Reynolds.
Is that Reynolds?
Yeah, I
I
was
hear-
gonna say.
There's
I
like
hear
another.
a certain Arizona head coach might be looking for an offensive coordinator gig pretty soon here, Chris. If you're interested.
Cliff Kingsbury going to the Lions.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. You're so nice
and-
about that.
Him and
Do
Dan
you not want to be
Campbell.
mean because Eric's on the cast? Where's this Chris that's so
Yeah,
aggressive?
where's
and
fiery
mean?
Chris? Where's redhead
Yeah,
Chris?
Chris, fuck
See-
you.
Did you fucking dye your hair and like not become?
You know I don't have hair, you little bitch. Why
I was
would you
gonna
even bring
say.
that up?
We're talking about and he's sitting there quiet. He eliminated
all
a
like
couple
this.
teams. We'll talk about his ex-favorite team, the Patriots, killing the Colts.
Well, I think the story of that game is more so that now, because we are all doing this podcast, we are all qualified to be hired as an interim head coach for the rest of the season.
Yeah. What
Not
the hell
really.
is this?
Obviously, Jeff Saturday is pretty damn qualified to be involved at coaching in the NFL, but head coaching right away is kind of a big jump.
And so he wasn't even on the staff, right? Or was
No.
he? Was
He was at E
no?
ESPN.
He's at ESPN, and so he wasn't on
Yep.
the staff, and he gets thrown in to this. Now you're the head coach of a team that's kind of shitty, with a rookie quarterback, and
Who's
you
shitty?
yeah, Sam Ellington, Ellering,
You
whatever.
said you can't even get his name right.
Ellinger.
Ellinger, and you put him in a situation where it's like, nope, we're not going to do anything for the rest of the year. So why not? Why pick a coach? Is that the whole point? Why pick a coach when we're not going to be bad? So just let's do this, and maybe if it's good, we're amazing, and if it's bad, it's whatever. He wasn't even on the coaching staff. Is that what's going on? Is that why they're doing it?
I have no idea. Did you watch the press conference?
No.
Okay.
Is it-
When we get off this, if
Watch
none
it.
of you have watched the press conference, watch it, because
Oh.
Jim Irsay, I think borrowed some stuff from Aaron Rodgers and was tripping at the press
Did a line of
conference.
coke before he got up there.
Oh, it was so weird. He mentioned going to Mars. He mentioned Michael
yeah.
Jordan. He mentioned the CIA. All things in a press conference that involves introducing an interim head coach. He was
Yeah.
on one with that.
That man is
Really?
just from the Pat McAfee, like just stories of him. He must do all kinds of things.
Well, he used to. He's
Oh.
supposed to be sober now, but you wouldn't know that in that press conference. It was weird. It was entertaining.
Did Zappy get hurt, or did they just go back with Mac?
They've been rolling with Mac.
They've just been going, but they went back to Mac as soon as he was healthy.
Dumb. But I mean, they got the win against a bad team.
Well, so
Cool.
like, is this gonna help the Colts? Is this gonna do anything for the Colts?
No.
I think it's a fun PR move for the Colts.
That's exactly what it is.
And
It's
I'm
a money
rooting for
grab.
Jeff Saturday because I like
love
him, but
yeah.
Let's be honest, he doesn't have any expectations. Like Alex already said, the team sucks. They're not going anywhere. So if they continue to suck, no one's really going to say, oh, Jeff Saturday can't be a head coach.
You know what this feels like to me? This feels like when when Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Jim? Where's he's at the Ravens, right? John's at the Ravens. Jim's at Michigan. So when John Harbaugh was literally about to lose his job, so he's like, well, let's just play Lamar. See what happens.
Yeah.
It's literally it's like what it feels like. Let's just play Lamar. And then he's kept his job now because obviously he's changed the team around. But it's what it feels like. You know, we're about to see what happens. Hopefully he gets his first win next week. Be fun. It's against
It
the
would be cool.
Raiders, so it's possible.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, funny thing about that, this week during the games, he tweeted something like, man, the Raiders look horrible or something like that. And then that's who his first game is going to be against.
Let's go. And like, how does that even go about? Does just Jim Irsay choose the next person, right?
Yeah, he apparently called him like the night before and was like, hey, talk to your wife about this, talk to your family. And then he kind of like slept on it for 12 hours and then gave him his
12
answer.
hours.
Yeah.
Sleeping for 12 hours.
Who's fucking and okay, say Chris, they call you up. You played football for what, 12, 13 years, retired, went on ESPN. They call you up and go, hey, I know you haven't really done anything in coaching ever, but hey, you want to give it a try? You want to try it
Okay.
out?
So he does coach high school.
Okay. Coaches high school
For 2
Great.
seasons. He's got 2 seasons of high school ball under him. But he also was the center for Peyton Manning.
I get it.
Smart guy. And apparently the Colts have been trying to hire him as like an offensive line coach or different things over the years, and he's just kept turning them down. So it seems like they've wanted him in a coaching position for a little while. So from his perspective, I can't blame him for taking the opportunity. But it is weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys think
there's
that
only 32 of them?
Do you think that it might be one of those things where they just have him as almost like a figurehead and they're trying to get Frank Reich out of the offense to let whatever offensive minds they have there like implement a new offense without completely tearing the whole thing down?
Yeah,
that could be another,
because everybody then stays in their coaching roles, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
What was Frank Reich their play caller?
I think so.
Oh, so they have are they gonna go with a whole new offense?
No one on that coaching staff has ever called a play in the NFL.
Sweet.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Maybe we'll.
Well, then what do you got to lose?
Yeah, we'll roll out with some college signals, some signs, some hand gestures. Maybe we'll see what happens. You know, some. Well, moving on. Chargers barely beat Atlanta.
I was so hyped for Justin Herbert to come off his bye week and tear it up, get rested. Bro. Well, because they come back, a lot of teams come off their bye week and they look rested. They look excited to play.
Steelers, bro. You better pick the Steelers.
Fuck is up.
But didn't he not have Keenan Allen or Mike Williams?
Yeah.
I don't care. You're Justin Herbert. You at one point you were supposed to be the MVP of the season. Like he went 30 for 43, missed 13 passes for a touchdown and an interception. You fucking kidding me?
He hasn't looked good
Austin
this year.
Eckler. Like to me, like you can't. He had all this hype, and yes, he's on my fantasy team. That's probably also why I'm bummed out.
Yeah, you're hella pissed.
Why the 20-17?
Hey,
you
it's
guys
a
at
win,
one point,
bro.
I don't give a fuck. At one point, you should have been like the Chargers. We talked about this all the time. AFC West was supposed to be like this team,
Yeah,
like this
powerhouse.
whole division, like a powerhouse division, and then all of them look boo boo.
They're all
Except for the
trash.
Chiefs.
Except for Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Except
the
the
Chiefs
Chiefs.
are the
Everybody
Chiefs,
else looks
yeah.
boo boo. Like I can't believe the Chargers are 5-3. I'm staring at this record and they don't look 5-3.
Yeah. Do
Yeah, you're
the
not
Chargers
wrong.
have offensive line issues? Because it seems like the running game is doing fine. It's just like passing, like they just can't hold like a pass protection.
Running
I
game is
think
okay.
You got
It-
Keenan Allen got hurt the first half of the year. Mike Williams just went out. Now both
Yeah.
are out. So like
Yeah.
that plays effect. And I think at the same time with Justin Herbert when he went out with his rib issue, I
Yeah.
forgot who they played that he had that rib issue against. He has not looked the same that's coming from that.
Yeah.
Well,
That sucks.
they got to win, so good for them. Falcons unfortunately fall short again.
Falcons just find a way to be competitive.
They find a way to lose sometimes too. What I think was the most entertaining game of the week, the Jets and the Bills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great
that was an
game.
awesome game.
Jets coming in 2017.
I love it.
I will say
Who the fuck
this.
are the Jets?
Josh Allen was like ass.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Bro,
he did.
threw 2 picks that were did you see his press conference after the game?
I read like some posts about it. I didn't really
Yeah,
actually
he
see
was
what it said.
he was like he literally was like, they're like, what do you some question about like the play or something like that. And he goes, well, when your quarterback's trash, it's hard to play well in the NFL.
Yeah, he owned it very
Yeah,
well.
he owned that for
Mhm.
sure. It was cool. It was cool to see him own it.
I
But really
think
wasn't
so
all
far
him.
with this Jets team though. Back when they drafted Zach Wilson as the second quarterback taken in that draft, I knew that wasn't the right decision, but I didn't know who should have been the guy instead. I think it's clear that that probably should have been Justin Fields.
Even him, man, he's I don't know. He's had some good games. I feel like he still needs to like really. He's been like a good game manager. It seems like he'll have a couple good plays here and there, but he's just not making mistakes, which obviously is a big plus. I think that to see him just like really pop off would be really good before I would make that decision. I don't really think that anybody in that class, like who else was drafted in that class?
So Trevor Lawrence was drafted in front of him, and then Justin Fields was drafted after him as the third quarterback taken. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Trey Lance was taken as the third quarterback taken.
That's right.
Then Fields, then
Yeah.
Mac Jones.
See, I would say Fields should have been taken instead of Lance.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I mean, I don't know.
Would've done
Even
better
probably even
there.
still ahead of Wilson, but I mean, I wouldn't even say that like Fields has done anything spectacular to really, cement himself as that too. I don't know.
Yeah,
He
and the one
still
thing
sometimes looks like a deer in the headlights.
I was watching some
sure, for
college
sure.
football and all these like dual threat quarterbacks, because that's kind of what college football is now. Yo, they would take like a 4-yard loss instead of on the sideline just throw it out of bounds. It's the weirdest thing. But I was watching regular football this week too, some NFL. Justin Fields does the same exact shit.
Yeah.
It's like you're in the NFL. You can't be taking a 2-yard
It's Carson
loss.
Wentz syndrome of I
Yeah.
gotta make a play. I gotta make a play.
Hey, hero
That's
ball.
exactly
hero
what it
ball.
is. It is.
It's,
It is. That's a lot of quarterbacks though that have been coming up the past few years. They all play that hero ball.
Yeah, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? Just throw it away. Like I was watching the Alabama LSU game, and Daniels took like a 4-yard loss, and I was like, dude, like you literally throw the ball away, get out of the down, and now it's only 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it's wild.
a lot of it too is these kids are getting rewarded for their athletic ability instead of like actually knowing the game. A lot of these kids don't actually know the game.
Kyler.
So then they
take this raw
get things in their
talent.
contract where they have to like watch film because they're not fucking
study
watching
and stuff
film.
like
They're
that.
just
Yeah.
like, playing
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah. Hey,
Fucking children.
COD's fun though.
But
the
off that Jets, you have to talk about is like how strong
Sauce
that defense
Gardner.
is. That whole
Yeah.
defense is
Yeah.
dirty. But you gotta think they added so many people and they made really good. Like CJ Mosley, I forget that he was on there. He's a stud.
And
they
Rob
have, like-
Saleh, he's a stud too. He's such a
He
good
is.
coach.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is.
think they'll do anything really. If they make it to the playoffs, they won't be like they'll maybe win a game if that. They're not
The
gonna be
Jets?
anything good because their offense isn't the greatest. Like it's hard when you get to that point to how do you got put up numbers.
Yeah, and they have to
Their
get out of
defense
the
can only do
division.
so much.
They have to get out of the
Right.
division too.
Well, I think their division's a lot. Like I know it's a tougher division, but
Yeah.
okay. Like they can still have 3 teams. They're 6-3. Like they can still make 3 teams make a playoff picture.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying,
And we still got to
The
see
AFC
how Tua progresses out of that whole concussion thing.
Yeah, he's looking pretty
He's
okay.
been-
Put
been
up some
okay.
Yeah,
numbers.
he's gonna
Hasn't done
put it
anything
behind him and
spectacular.
not remember a thing about it.
This guy.
And that was another exciting game. The Dolphins and the Bears. I can't believe the Bears made it competitive.
Holy crap. Bears
That's
made
where
that
Justin.
competitive.
That's where you talk about Justin Fields looking good. He looked
Mhm.
hella good that
Yeah,
game.
he did.
But what are you talking about? He had 123. Like what? 123 yards. I mean, I understand he had
3
three
touchdowns.
TDs.
His most
Yeah.
impressive moments are when he is on his feet running.
178 yards. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
Chicago team was him. He did 15
Yeah.
carries for 178 yards. He had 17 passes for 100. Yeah, it may not be a lot of passes, but like he did everything.
Oh, before we move too far away from this, I do want to jump back to the Jets real quick. And I want to give a shout out to their offensive line because everyone was like, oh, Brees Hall, bro. They ran a dual threat with Robinson and Carter for like 130 yards.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right, cool. Whatever.
Not
guys,
bad at
whatever.
all. Shout out to the Jets O line. Woo!
Yeah, we understand that you're trash and you have a trash team that you had no offensive line. You wish you had a Jets offensive line. But
Actually,
Steelers
our
fan?
offensive line is one of the top in the league. That's why it's so frustrating that when you pick off Aaron fucking
dude.
Rodgers 3 times in one game, you finish the game with 15 points.
you won the game, bro. Get past
Oh
it.
right, and this isn't the Lions den anymore. So let's move on. Well, I think there's nothing really cool to talk about the
Hey.
Dolphins and the Bears. You guys got anything on that?
I
No.
want to talk about Kirk Cousins.
So you want to go to Miami, Minnesota?
Yeah, they barely
Minnesota?
beat the Commanders. They look like the absolute worst team in the NFL. That should be not a one undefeated team. But
Kurt
Whatever.
Thuggins.
yeah, Kurt Thuggins, baby.
Okay, did you see that catch by Curtis Samuel though?
Maybe.
Where the player
Mhm.
ran into the ref. They had triple coverage. He ran into the ref. Curtis Samuel literally had his eyes closed and caught a touchdown pass. He literally was like eyes closed, fucking caught the ball, and then
Hell
stumbled
yeah.
in.
Instinct.
But I don't get
Hell
how the
yeah.
Vikings keep squeezing it out.
They know how to win. They know how to not lose.
Until the playoffs, and then they'll lose opening
yeah, but
round.
listen, we're not talking about the playoffs. We're talking about practice. So
Talk about practice here.
Okay, Allen
Iverson.
yeah, I don't know. They won. The Panthers got stomped. The
Okay, that one
Jaguars-
sucked. You see, PJ got benched.
Yeah, good.
Did you see that video of Baker Mayfield playing like scout team defense on the D line?
No, what?
He was like
practice?
he was like lining up as like a defensive end. It was so funny.
Anything to
good.
get that paycheck.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. He's got it. Hey, he came in, didn't do too bad. I mean, he lost horribly, but he didn't do too bad. Raiders, per the usual, lost again.
Josh
Buccan-
McDaniels might be one and done there.
Yeah,
100%.
literally. Now we kind of see why he never wanted to lead the Patriots. Didn't want to go and
Why
make
you
these-
shouldn't have, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they were killing it in the beginning. They scored all their points in the first 2 quarters. It did
the first
nothing.
half. Yeah, but
Nothing.
you know, man, and Devontae Adams had a good game. 146 yards.
But
But
it didn't matter.
nope, didn't matter. So Jaguars get the win there. Buccaneers look like a shitty team until the last drive.
They both look shit. Both those teams look
Vintage
so shitty.
Tom right there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was vintage Tom.
He looked shitty until the last drive, and it was like, okay.
Well,
cool.
it's don't get me wrong, he hasn't looked himself, but it's hard when fucking Mike Evans is dropping balls.
dude, and when all your
He's got the
receivers dropping
yips.
balls, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think he does.
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what he did, but he doesn't know how to play football anymore. And the Sunday night game was a nail biter. Did you guys watch that one?
Yeah.
I did.
That's a nail biter. It was a good game. Overtime. The Titans are a lot better than I thought they were, even with a quarterback that doesn't look like he can play quarterback. And everyone's wondering, why did the Steelers draft Malik Willis? Why did they draft? Well, that's why. Because he goes 5 for 16 for 80 yards. And I don't know
You
if
say
that's
that
partly...
like that's better than
No.
Pickett.
Whoa.
5 for 16.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Literally talking so much trash, but Kenny
Hey,
threw another
Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett's way better. Kenny Pickett is way
Hey, he had
better.
0
Wait.
interceptions.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
about to say, how many picks did you say he threw? Because I didn't
Yeah,
hear that
But
part.
how many touchdowns did he throw either? Like, so sure, maybe you can't win if you throw picks, but you also can't win if you don't throw touchdowns. So But Derrick Henry, 17 carries for 15 yards. He's just a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's a
it's hard.
machine.
It's hard when you're playing Pat Mahomes though, and everything that dude has.
Dude, literally, and I was just watching that again, and I was like, and then he adds Kadarius Toney. Like, come on, like, why do we just keep? They hate when I talk about Kadarius Toney. My guy, though.
Who is?
I
who?
thought that Justin hates it more when you bring up Myles Garrett.
Dude, I love. Too bad the Browns didn't play this week, but dude, if there was a guy named Myles Garrett and another guy named Mason Rudolph on the field, ooh, it would have been a bloodbath. Kind of like the bloodbath of the Ravens beating the Saints.
Yeah, that was a
27-13.
blowout.
Yeah,
That was not a good game.
no. I mean, he looked. I mean, let's see Lamar's record. Let's see Lamar's. Yep, there it is. Just why do these quarterbacks? Does no one know how to play spy defense anymore?
Yeah, Lamar ran wild.
Yeah, 82 yards. I mean, even Kane Drake went crazy, 93, but like
124 carries.
Yeah, ridiculous. Like,
And their leading receiver was likely for 24 yards and a touchdown. That's it. One reception, 24 yards and a touchdown. And they beat him.
Who was that?
27-13.
likely
Isaiah Likely.
Oh, okay.
He was
Yeah, I don't
likely to get a touchdout.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
Likely.
Andrews out.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
and it just once again I'll say it again. Lamar not as good as everyone wants him to be. Everyone was talking all this hype at the beginning of the season. Oh, he's the best quarterback in the league. He's gonna get MVP. Blah, blah, blah,
Nobody
blah.
said he's the
No.
best quarterback in the league.
I don't want to hear it.
We
But-
said he's a top 10, top 5.
Not a top 5. He is not a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Lamar.
Eric, would you
Yeah, I
argue
think
that?
so.
Yeah,
Lamar
Eric's
is
a
top-
fresh
Yeah.
perspective.
Would you argue that Lamar is a top 5 quarterback?
What are we talking here? If we're talking about like his value to a team, yes. Lamar can
Okay.
make a throw
Alex, shut the
when
fuck up.
needed. But if you're talking about like the passer aspect of a quarterback, probably not. I mean, he's good, but I think that if you want to talk about like pure passing ability, you've got like Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen, when he's right and when he stays off the shrooms, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady can still hit his passes. And I honestly, truthfully got to give some respect to, I think in the past couple years, Matt Stafford has been just showing off now that he's in LA what he can really do with a good team around him. Everybody else
He-
sucks.
Okay, maybe he's a top 10 quarterback. But
Alex, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of you. And
I
this
actually
Lamar
saw-
thing. I
I saw a
hate
video today of
Shut
Lamar
up.
like meeting this like little 9-year-old kid with like a heart condition. And when I watched it, I just immediately thought, man, I need to go on this pod and bitch slap Alex for his Lamar hate.
hey, it's not a hate. It's just
No, it's hate.
okay. I'm sorry.
Alex,
No one
no.
gives Chris this much shit when he talks about Aaron Rodgers like this.
I'm sorry, he just
doesn't
threw
talk about
3
Aaron
picks
Rodgers like
against the
this.
worst defense in the league. He
But
sucks.
he
See,
doesn't
what are you
say
talking
Aaron
about? What are you-
Rodgers isn't a top. He doesn't. He won't. He,
Yeah, I
that
don't
would
say
be a
that.
lie.
Was
That
a
would be
top
a
10
lie.
quarterback.
But
It would be a lie.
Lamar
But it's not a
being-
lie that Lamar isn't. It's
It-
only
it's
you. And it's because you
controversial.
hate the Ravens. It's because you hate the Ravens. If you take them out of, if he was drafted by any other fucking team,
No,
out of the
Browns or
AFC North,
Bengals.
you would be, oh yeah, he's pretty good.
Hey, I like Kyler.
But
more than
you
Lamar.
can't get over the fact that he wears purple and black and he's a Ravens fan. And so you have to hate him constantly.
Yeah, dude. It's part of
I
it's
love
part
it. All right.
part of
I'm off
bleeding
my
black
soap
and
opera.
gold.
That one makes me, you get me so riled up about Lamar Jackson, your hate towards him. I just can't stand it.
Hey, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying.
Oh, shut. I don't care about your bad person. I'm talking about a good football player. I'm talking top 10 quarterback. I had a hard time admitting that. Okay, it's so funny. We have several episodes where you go, no, he's not. And then we have parts where you're like, yeah, he could potentially be. Mhm.
I'm gonna put this on record right now. I'll take Geno Smith over Lamar Jackson.
Okay,
Wow.
now, if you would have said
Yeah,
Geno
right
Smith
now,
back when he was
maybe.
with the Jets, yeah,
I still
would've
would
been a
have taken
different story.
Geno over.
No, you shut the
Shut up. God.
on the next topic. God damn it. Let's go to these
Uh,
NFL predictions. What do you guys say? We got a good week of
Whoa,
the NFL.
we're jumping right into predictions, huh?
I don't know what we're doing. Where are we at?
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
mad. Get me out of this
is,
Lamar area.
yeah, Chris is the
He's
like,
playing with the pussycat right
yeah,
now.
he's playing with the
Give him a
pussycat. He's the like
second.
outline guy, and he said, "I'm ready to talk about this week. It's all fun shit to talk about." And then he didn't even talk. He's all quiet.
Yeah, he has been
moody,
quiet this week.
depressed.
What do you mean I didn't talk?
Oh my god, dude! Now we're gonna talk about this. Just do you have
What do
anything
you
else?
mean
for us,
I
Chris?
didn't do it?
I tried to talk, and you guys, oh, you're being so depressive about your team.
You were.
Oh my god!
You sound
No,
like
I was being
literally-
realistic.
Same thing.
Call it whatever you want, bro. You were just being you were being less Chris on the Lions than usual.
Well, they need to earn my funness back. Maybe if they don't get as destroyed as I'm expecting them to on Thanksgiving against the Bills, and they make that game respectable, maybe I'll show some pep in my step when I talk about them, but probably not.
Okay, I like it. I like it. We'll take that. We'll take that as a win. You know. All right. Well, I guess that was it for what talking about last week's wrap up. So I guess we'll go
I
into
can't think of
Thursday.
anything else that's going on. Right?
Yeah, there's not much going on in the world. I mean, the World Cup's coming up here soon. That's gonna be fun.
Soccer.
Yeah. What?
Isn't it
Soccer? Did
Seattle?
you just ask soccer, bro? Come on.
Sorry.
So Eric, we play this game.
Yeah.
And it's does Chris know the Thursday night game? And Chris right now is 4 for 8 or something like that.
4 for 9. Stop giving him some things.
No, it's 4 for 8. There hasn't been 9 Thursday night games.
We're on week 10.
Yeah, and so
your math doesn't even add
this
up.
would be 9. This would be 9.
Yeah, they technically didn't have a Thursday. Wait,
Yeah, so
actually,
this-
no, they did because they opened up the season
did
with
they?
the Bengals, or no, not the Bengals, the Rams and the Bills Thursday night.
Oh, okay, then you're 4 for 9. So, do you think he goes 5 for 10 or 4 for 10?
I think he knows.
I have faith. I have a faith.
I don't have
He did
faith.
his
this
homework.
year. I don't have faith this week. I'm sorry, guys. The look at he's giving me right now just means that he has no idea what's going on.
Well, Alex, in an effort to buy myself some time, I have a question for you. The Sunday night game got flexed to this week.
Flexed.
Yeah.
Yes.
They put a better game in for Sunday night.
Oh,
Do you know that?
yeah, dude. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take a stat. So it's not Chargers. 49ers?
Do you know who is supposed to play on Sunday night?
Wait, is it Chargers 49ers or no?
Who was supposed to play on Sunday night?
Oh, so there was another team that was supposed to play on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely supposed to be the
He
Seahawks
doesn't know.
Bucks.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Oh, we're gonna go
No.
with the. Oh, fuck this shit, bro. I know who it was.
Who?
What?
No, I don't want
He doesn't know. He doesn't
Yeah,
know.
he does. He knows now. No, he
I don't want
knows.
to. I don't want to
He
say
knows.
it. I don't want to
Say it.
No, I
Say
don't
it.
want to say it. I don't want to
Say
say
it.
it. I don't want to say
Say
it.
it.
I don't want to say
Why?
it.
You make Chris do it when he doesn't get
Because
things right.
this was the week the Steelers Saints were gonna play Sunday night, wasn't it? Yeah, this was that week. I was actually pretty excited to watch a primetime game with the Steelers.
No one else was. No one wants to watch trash football.
hey.
You got moved to a
Like,
night
you
from a
get
night
this
game to
shit
a
outta
10
here.
a.m. game.
I know. I don't.
Watch your game and go the fuck to bed.
I'm just sad that, dude. What the fuck? Why? Why'd they flex it?
Because they both suck.
No, I don't want to
Yeah.
hear from you, Eric.
Oh,
Why'd they
okay.
flex it?
Because they both suck. I was
No,
gonna say
no, I don't want to hear from you either, Jay. Why'd they flex it, Chris?
Chris.
Well, because of ratings, and they would get better ratings on the Chargers 49ers game because
Is-
the Steelers suck so
Hey,
much.
Area
Okay, yeah,
brawlers.
yeah. Okay, I don't want to. Whatever, guys. Is that because the
but
Saints?
the
Saints
Thursday
had a
night
Monday night game. They had a Monday night. Yeah, what's the Thursday night game, Chris? I had no faith in you, you fucking asshole. Let me hear it.
It's a divisional game,
Oh, fuck you.
and
it's
it
in the
is an
AFC.
NFC divisional game, and that
Okay.
is going to be the Falcons and the Panthers. You thought I didn't know.
Yeah, you little bitch.
And wait, real quick. If we didn't know, last week we actually did really, really great on our
Whoa.
things for our
All of us?
predictions. Yeah, even you did pretty good. Like you were 8 and 5.
Let's go.
Like
8
you were the
and
worst
5.
at 8 and 5. Chris,
go,
10
dude.
and 3.
Did I win?
No,
Oh.
I was 11-2.
Damn, Jay, you're
Damn.
on fire this year,
Yeah,
bro.
you're really good this year.
Yeah, you've got it, bro. I don't know what.
This is. Thank you guys.
I like we say
feel
this
like,
year, like we do this
Yeah,
all
like
the
we've
time.
done it like every. But I
and this will
mean,
be fun because we get a new perspective. So
Yeah.
Eric kind of gets to chime in and maybe switch things around, which is actually going to be kind of interesting. Because hey, Eric,
What's up?
those two are very easily persuaded.
I
Very.
remember.
Last week I backed Alex.
I remember.
I backed Alex into a corner to pick the Saints.
yeah,
Chris,
Eric
like, I
made
had
me
to vote
do
for the
things I'm
Lions,
not
and
proud
it's
of.
okay.
You'd be amazed how much Alex would be willing to do for like $5.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You wouldn't be shocked about what I would do.
So
Shut up, Alex.
yeah. I'm feeling pretty hot this week. I think I can do it again.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go.
who's starting for Carolina though? They put Baker back in. They
No,
put PJ back in.
It's going to be PJ.
Why the fuck they sit him and then start Baker and then?
Because he was having a
Baker
horrible bad game, and they just took him out and let him get some rest up.
Either way, do you really want to pick a dysfunctional quarterback situation?
I mean, not really.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons.
I'm going Falcons too.
That Panthers team is trash.
So I'm guessing you're going Falcons.
Oh, I would pick Falcons. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're picking right now, bro. This is part of the pick.
Yeah, you're in it now, dude. You're a part of the picks. And I'm going Falcons too. Truthfully, I think I don't know. Like that's hard. I like PJ, and I thought that would be good, but like they almost got to win.
Who the hell is he throwing
win.
to? DJ, who took his
DJ
helmet off
Moore.
and fucking
Yeah.
ruined the whole win for
But
them.
even in that game, they had to come back and win it.
I feel like you're really making this a lot harder than it has to be. I think everyone just knows
why.
that.
They went into OT last time they played.
Yeah, but then he
It's not
absolutely
like-
got trashed.
And it's a
on last game.
divisional game.
He looks like
It-
a fucking XFL quarterback.
Alex, the Steelers get trashed on every week, and you still have hope that they're going to win. So I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know
or
what you're
literally what's
talking about
different.
right now.
So like, but the Falcons, I think, are more competitive.
Yeah, they are.
And it should be a little bit more competitive. You should have some thoughts and think about it. I'm 11-2. I do take my thoughts on this because it does mean
Alright,
something. For me to be
Fucking
right.
pick the Panthers. Andy. Pick them.
I didn't.
I'd
I
love
picked
for
the
you to
Falcons.
pick. Oh,
I
you
know
picked
would.
the
I'm not
Falcons.
easily.
Okay.
I'm not easily influenced like you. So it's okay.
All right, cool. Well, that's the Thursday night game.
Wait, that's it.
That's it. That's it, folks. We finally got through the podcast. We
This wasn't
we
that
did
bad.
great. Yeah, this wasn't that bad. Chris was a little iffy. Sounds like
Chris,
he-
you didn't talk that much. I really wish,
Yeah.
like, I thought this would be a little bit more exciting. You just didn't have that flair. Maybe
Chris,
when we do
what you
predictions, you'll
what
have
you
a flair.
what you also don't know, Chris, is this is actually Gaslight Chris Day. So maybe you did great on this podcast, but we'll never tell you.
Well, it's more of just come on, guys. I can think ahead, and I'm not going to come on this pod after that win and just like blow the Lions and gargle their balls just so next week they can get shut out 75-0, and I have to come back on here and cry.
Against the Bears, bro. Come on. But
Last
yeah,
week, I thought he was going to cry.
I thought you were gonna cry too. But you were a little sad. You were a
Yeah.
little sad last week.
I was angry last week.
That
You were
about the
somewhere
Lions.
this week. So how we end this is with our socials. Hopefully we got them down this week. We're only
Give me a T.
Give me an H.
Give me an E.
I
B.
these guys don't understand what socials mean. Like socials are what our ad is, and they keep putting the in our ad when there's no the. It's
Eric, you
at-
follow us?
I think I do actually.
You think or you know?
Online or in person?
That's pretty. I wish you followed me, bro.
No, I would not follow you if it meant I could save my life.
Damn. You know, it is what it is. You know.
Well, Eric, do you know what our at symbols are? Maybe you could take this way a lot better.
Maybe you can do this one.
The three AmiBros.
Oh my
There you go.
fucking gosh! It's not.
Three
the
AmiBros.
three-
But he
Look
said-
at so this is what you have to understand though. Okay, so your at is three AmiBros podcast, but when you go to your podcast, it's the three AmiBros. Is it not?
It is.
Yes.
But
So
It
then,
is.
if you were to search the
YouTube,
three
too.
AmiBros, would it not show up?
it
Yes.
It
might
was.
and it might not.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
No, it might. But our at. But if you go, hey, we're at. If you put the at sign, the three AmiBros,
Yes.
we will not show up.
Well, that's why I never type in the at sign. Who
I'm just
types in the
saying.
at sign?
I'm just saying. Why would you?
Noobs.
That's what I'm saying. That's all we have.
Some
here,
people's
noobs.
kids, man.
Yeah, some people's fucking iPad kids. But we're at three AmiBros, and if you want to be special, no at, just put the three AmiBros in your search bar, and we'll show up.
I hope you don't show up.
Bros.
No, we don't show up physically.
We'll be at
but
your
we-
door.
Oh.
We do actually. Whenever you show up and you follow us, we actually do show up to your door with a telegram that says "fuck off." So if you want that, let us
A
know.
lot of work.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
work. It's
Who's
actually
sending
pretty
a
fun.
telegram these days?
You'd be surprised, bro. I get a bunch of them.
Okay, and that is the end of this podcast and this episode. You can follow us at 3AmiBros Podcast on all socials: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is you guys feel like listening to. We just always appreciate your guys' support and being a part of the family and going on this ride. So, hey, Eric, thanks for being here. Can't wait to hear you on the predictions too. So, hopefully you can be as good as me. But hey, guys, we will
That's trash.
see y'all here in a little bit.
Hey, see you next time. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Telegram us.
Yeah.
Yeah.